Dre Marro, and that was called La Bounce.
Thank
It's
you,
such a
guys.
fun song. It's such a good song. When'd you write that? I don't think you told me.
Man, so that one actually I wrote before Midwest Mayhem, and it was originally written to a Jack Harlow track, the Tyler Hero one. I don't know if you know that, if you guys are familiar, but it's got like this really cool trumpet and it just loops the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what I do sometimes is like when I remix a song, it's for marketing. You know, a lot of people are putting, I'm gonna drop a gem right now, but if you're an independent artist, the best thing you can do is do a remix to a song that's already getting marketed by these major labels, because you put your name on there, you throw it on YouTube, and now you can get those views too. So I was ready to throw it on there, and she's sitting in the car with me, my wife, shout out to her, she's in the studio. She's like, you're gonna throw this on a track that we're not gonna make any money off of? You're nuts. And I'm like, really? So I'm like, well, let me see what I got. I hit up my dude, his name is Mitchell Owens, Colossal Mind, and he's like, yo, I got you, man. I got this track. He sent over the drill track, and I literally just spit the same lyrics, same cadence that I had over that track, and it almost like fit. It was like smooth as water, man. It fit in perfectly. And me and him have this thing where like anytime we work together, it takes like 5-10 minutes for us to create something magical. It's like either he'll have the track already produced and I'll have some lyrics and it'll fit together, or I'll have the right lyrics and he'll have a track that fits right to it, or I'll just make up the lyrics on the spot, but we just have a great chemistry. So it came together, it was fun. And when we're sitting there thinking of the name, I just wanted to call it, I wasn't gonna call it Bounce Back, but there's so many songs on the radio already named that.
Yeah.
And when I thought of the bounce, I'm like, yeah, man, I can imagine people just saying like, what's that one song? What's it called? Oh yeah, the bounce. You know, the song just makes you bounce. So I just figured that would be a great name for it, and I hope you guys, have fun with it. It's cool.
Where did you master your craft at, bro? The way you stayed in that pocket, even when you changed cadences, and the way you just was able to keep your flow going, and even your breathing techniques, how you was on point with everything. Like, how you learn to master that? Because everybody can't do that.
Thank you, man. Man, I want to say that it's just time. Like I've been writing since I was like 10 years old, and I always had, in my mind, I wanted to be like the big artist for me was Lupe Fiasco. So I started, mimicking him, but. When you start out writing, you start to mimic some artists. So right after him, I got really into Twista, like really into him, where like I was memorizing like his whole first, like the Adrenaline album, I was memorizing like every verse. And it got to a point where I would practice things like that, like practice my breathing techniques, and like imagine like a 12-year-old me, summer vacation, most kids are like, running around playing soccer or playing basketball, and I'm over here in the bathroom just staring in the mirror, just literally practicing how I'm gonna look while I'm breathing, how to take extra breaths, how to breathe through my nose while I'm talking, so I can, all those little techniques. I think I never saw myself actually, it wasn't because I wanted to be this big artist, but it was like I was just a fan of the music, so like I wanted to just be able to rap along to their lyrics or rap along when I'm in a concert and just be able to maybe get their attention. Over time though, now that I'm taking it serious as my craft, I obviously dug back into that and I put that in my repertoire, and I just wanted to always be an artist that you can never know what to expect from me. Whenever you hear me on a beat, I want my fans to always never know exactly what cadence I'm going to use in that song, and like you said, like jump in and out of different pockets, I think is what makes it fun,
Dope. So wait, Twista Adrenaline Rush, it bar for bar where you can go.
not anymore, but like when I was like 12, I mean honestly, the one song that I could probably rap like that word for word, man, is Lupe Fiasco's Kick Push. Because that song was so big to me, bro.
I was just listening to that today.
Yeah, because of the way he could tell it, like he's literally telling a story about skateboarding, but it's in the way, and in my opinion, is like with hip hop, the beautiful thing about hip hop that every other type of music, in my opinion, doesn't have, that shares with us, is that we have so many words in our songs. Like most songs will have maybe 40 words, tops 30 words, like pop music, Spanish music, that most that I listen to. But with hip hop rap or even Spanish rap, it's like there's so much that can be said. So the whole song is about him skateboarding. He's telling the story about how he would skateboard in the park and the security would kick him out and he had a girlfriend and all that. So to me, it was just so beautiful that you can do that and you can almost leave a legacy within every song and tell the story. So
we're gonna do the instrumental now. So
this time, right? They calling you out.
Wow! No, I
cool,
did.
man.
I gave him a little heads up. I did for sure.
Nah, man. Thank y'all for just giving me the platform and for taking the time, to give me the opportunity. Not everyone's willing to, share their platform, and so when I meet good people and I meet genuine people, I'm thankful.
What's the hardest part about being an artist for you so far?
Man,
I would change something and make it your strength. What would it be?
I wish more people listen just to the music. Like I love all the other stuff, right? Like the videos and the flashy stuff. But for me, it's like I think that it should all be about the music at the end of the day. Like, a lot of people will throw money and accolades and all these things, which are great and things that we strive for. But at the end of the day, it's like if we focused on the music and we really dug into the music, I think more people would get along. I think there'd be better messages that will reach the masses, you know? So that would be my thing.
What's some of your goals right now with your music?
I really want to be able to be a voice for, you know, the Midwest, you know, and be able to show people that, you know, I'm not the average look for a rapper, you know, honestly. You know, most people look at me, they probably think I work at Home Depot or something, you know. but it is what it is, you know, and that's the beautiful thing about, you know, hip hop and following your dreams, you know. It's true. But, you know, it's like, even if you don't, maybe, you know, if you're not the biggest guy in the world or the look, like for that kid that's playing basketball and he didn't make the team, MJ didn't make the team, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't, you know, so it's like you never know, you are only in control of what your limits are. Even if you don't have the look, even if you don't have, you can acquire all those things, but you have to put in the work. So as long as you put in the work, you'll be able to, you know, be amongst the great. Whatever happening.
Definitely. I love having you all the time.
Thank you.
I'm liking this.
I love coming out here. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
For sure. Do you have any projects coming out right now?
So I do have a new single with Taco that is coming soon. It's produced by Colossal Mind, and it's called No Cap. It's an incredible song, and I really want the world to hear it, but I don't want to drop a release date yet because I still got to get it mixed and mastered and get a strategy together for that. As far as an EP, I also do have one coming at the end of July, I would like to say. But I don't have a date for that either, but it's going to include my 2 singles along with some remixes from those singles and a plethora of new music that I think everyone's going to enjoy, and they're going to be able to see my versatility, you know, because I can do more than just the fast rap, but that's just what I enjoy doing, man, you know, so.
That's dope. If you could have your dream record, right, like producer, features, who would be on it?
Man, producer would have to be, and it's funny because I'm Dre Marro, right? But it'd have to be Dr. Dre. I think that'd just be awesome, you know,
Absolutely.
and have a Dr. Dre produced track. But I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna say Dr. Dre mixed with like T-. That'd be crazy. If I could have like T- and Dre and a little bit of new and old. I feel like my style is a little bit of like new school and old school. So to have an old school producer and a new school producer, I think that'd be dope. Or 40, Drake's producer is dope as hell. So either throw all 3 of them in the mix or one of those and I'll be happy. An artist, I know he gets a lot of hate, but I think that he is so talented in the sense that he can fit into so many pockets, and he's been relevant for over 10 years. I say Drake. I think that he's an artist. I know he gets a lot of flack. I know a lot of people, you know, and I don't know him personally, so I don't know, you know, as far. But as far as the music, as a hip hop artist, what I can appreciate is like, dude, this dude's been killing it since I'm 27. I'm gonna be 27 this year. This dude's been on top of the game since I was like a freshman in high school. You know what I mean? And he can fit into so many different styles. So even if he has ghostwriters, to me, the talent to me is like that he can create a love song, you can create like a lyrical, just, you know, boom bap style song, and you can create a storytelling song all on the same album. To me, that's just dope. You know, like to be able to do that. So yeah,
and he's got 13-year-olds that love him, and
so it's like there's not a rapper out here. Like a lot of rappers are gonna, you know, stand up behind this mic and tell you what they want to tell you, but at the end of the day, there's not one artist that wouldn't want the type of respect that he gets, you know. So I think there is a lot to be said by that, because a fluke can happen once or twice, but you can't be on top of the game for 10 years by accident. So
how about a female artist? Is there any female artists that you love?
Yeah. I actually really love. It's gonna be. There's 2. Snow the Product, I think, is a dope artist, and I love the way that she thinks. Like a lot of her like social media posts and just the way that she talks about stuff. I think we get along. My wife actually reminds me of like so nice. So they'll agree on a lot of like, she'll make a post and she'll make a post like, oh my god, you guys make the same Facebook post with the names of each other. But her, and then also I'm a big fan of Nicki Minaj, man. I think that she, you know, again, she's one of those artists that may get a lot of flack, but I think she's really like insanely talented. She could do this type of style and do this type of style and just weave into them, and she's lyrical, and I just think we sound
That's crazy you just said that, because I could see like a record with you and Nicki where y'all can go back and forth with just, you know, for lack of better words, a regular cadence and then a fast cadence, like that'd be super dope.
She could change it up like with the drop of a hat, so I think that's dope.
Word.
Tell us a little bit about your song called Midwest Mayhem.
So Midwest Mayhem, man, is exactly what it sounds like. It's me just, you know, telling the game I'm here, telling the Midwest that, you know, we're all riding together. Even though I was, you know, raised in Kenosha and I live in Chicago, I think we're all one big pot of just, you know, we're kind of always left out of the conversation. You know, it's East Coast, West Coast. You know, people want to mention all these other regions, but it's like the Midwest is, you know, we contribute a lot to the culture, and we have, in my opinion, some of the best artists in the game, and we'll continue to be that. So You know, that song is just for us to pound. You know, the last time I said I beat on my chest. You know, that's what this song is about. Just beat on your chest and ride out to this one. So,
Word.
Midwest Mayhem. Shout out to Colossal Mind for the beat. Let's go.
Midwest Mayhem.